It's time now for the latest in local news. In the news, President Joe Biden sworn in Wednesday as the inauguration ceremony was held in Washington, D.C. First District Congressman Buddy Carter attended the event, released the following statement on President Biden's inauguration. He says, quote, President Trump spent the last 4 years fighting for our great nation. I thank him for his service, and I'm proud of what we accomplished. Today, Joe Biden was sworn in as President of the United States, and the world witnessed the peaceful transition of power. Now more than ever, America needs unity to address the many challenges we face. To move our country forward, I'm committed to finding common ground with the new administration and while never wavering on my conservative principles. God bless America. Carter had a special guest at the inauguration ceremony, Dr. Carla Sapp from Midway, Georgia. Carla Sapp, the doctor, does important work in the First District as a drug abuse program coordinator at the Bureau of Prisons. Locally, the Democratic Party here in Wayne County held an event to celebrate the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, which ended with a fireworks show at the Wayne County Farmers Market. Chairman of the local Democratic Party is Mr. Tyrone Johnson, and we had a chance to talk to him about the local event.
The chairman of the local Democratic Party, Tyrone Johnson, with this rally this afternoon. Your thoughts on the victory, first of all?
First of all, I think it was a great victory for Democrats. I think it was a substantial victory in the sense that Joe Biden had got over 80 million votes, and it was a significant gain for Democrats, at least from the standpoint of the national elections. I think there's some more gains to be made, particularly as it pertains to state elections. The Republicans did do a fairly good job with maintaining a sizable victories in the House, but I do think that Democrats did quite well and will continue to do well in the years ahead.
In the Senate, Raphael Warnock's going in. He's one of your friends. Tell us how you know him.
Raphael Warnock and I have known each other for over about 33 years now. I was a student leader at Morehouse at the time that he entered Morehouse. He's actually 1 year behind me. He graduated Morehouse in 91. I graduated in 1990, but we were friends since 1987. And he also served as a youth pastor at my church, Abyssinian Baptist Church in New York. When I went on to grad school in New York at Columbia University, the following year he came to New York as well for grad school at Union Theological Seminary, where he did his doctoral work and so forth.
Did you get to see any of the president's speech today? Talked about unity. Your thoughts on that?
Yes, I was very, very pleased that the president moved to unite the country on today. I think it was a positive step forward. I was glad to see Mitch McConnell and the Republican leaders in the House as well be included in the prayer service, or the morning service, devotional service with the president before the start of the inauguration today, and very pleased to know that hopefully they will work together in the days ahead to bring an end to COVID and to help bring some economic relief to families that are in need of such. And I'm hoping that we can pull the country back together after such a divisive moment in time.
Okay, Tyrone, always good to see you.
Thank you so much.
And once again, those comments at local Democratic Chairman Tyrone Johnson. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, a new federal report ranked Georgia sixth worst in the nation for the rate of coronavirus infections last week, and the state moved up to 14th in the rate of COVID deaths last week, up from 43rd a week earlier. This is the latest White House Coronavirus Task Force report, the final one under President Trump's administration. Georgia reported 821 deaths for the 7-day period that ended Friday of last week. We do have some good news on the coronavirus vaccine, as here in Jessup, the local Walmart pharmacy is giving out the vaccine. One can call the local Walmart pharmacy or stop by in person to set up an appointment. Jessup Walmart, one of the few nationally that has the vaccine. Once again, simply call the local Walmart pharmacy to set up an appointment or stop by in person to do so. Also at Wayne Memorial Hospital, peace of mind and thankful. Words given by Wayne Memorial Hospital employee Janet Keith when describing her reaction to receiving her second dose of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. She adds that she's praying that it's available to all who want to get the vaccine soon. She says we need 2021 to start being COVID-free, as everyone needs peace of mind regarding COVID-19. Angie Jones, Assistant Chief Nursing Officer for the hospital, remarked how everyone was pretty excited today about getting the second shot. She says they're giving 100 vaccines today, and we'll move forward with the remaining shots for our first responders and staff in the future. The goal is to get as many people vaccinated as quickly as possible. Hospital CEO Joe Roddy spoke on the importance of coordination and teamwork in getting the vaccine to the hospital and properly distributed, referencing a plan the staff had in place for immediate implementation upon receipt. He shared that, in fact, vaccines were being administered within 2 hours of receipt last month during the first round of shots. He added, for those that want this vaccine, it gives them a sense of relief, confidence, and peace of mind. It gives them another added layer of protection against the disease. Second shot's being given in the right arm, which is different from the first shot, as the hospital gave the initial injections in the left arm. Hospital reminds people to continue utilizing the 3 W's: washing hands often, wearing masks when appropriate, and washing their distance with others. Wayne County Board of Education has another call meeting set for this Friday at 12 noon. Once again, the only item on the agenda is executive session to once again review the applications for the Wayne County position of school superintendent. Board met Tuesday for several hours, began the process of narrowing the applications down. Again, they received 29 in all. These meetings this week are for the purpose of dwindling that application down to around 18, and then go from there. The plan is to get down to the final 3, which those 3 names will be made public. Then there will be interviews and eventually the naming of the Wayne County's next school superintendent. Chairman Nick Ellis said after the 4-hour session Tuesday that most of the applicants are from within the state of Georgia, but from all around the state. He says the farthest applicant is from the state of Rhode Island. Board's hoping to have the final 3 candidates by the date of February 26th, conduct the interviews with the final 3 candidates, and have the announcement of the new school superintendent by the beginning of March. Current school superintendent Jay Brinson retiring at the end of the month of March. And WFO-FM continues to follow the story as it develops, but round 2 of reviewing the applications set for this Friday at 12 noon at the Tech Center on West Orange Street. City of Jessup met this week on Tuesday in a virtual meeting to set the dates for the upcoming elections. Again, the elections will be for just districts 2, 3, and 6 in the city of Jessup, as the commissioners voted last year to go to staggered terms. Qualifying will begin on August 16th with the date of the election set for Tuesday, November 2nd. Jessup Mayor not up for re-election. City of Scriven also has elections this year, and all their seats are up for re-election, including the mayor. Again, Jason Weaver, the current mayor, has announced he is seeking another term. Former County Commissioner Jerry Shagrite called me yesterday to say he's not running. He said he's only running for the county line. Says done with politics, spent most of the time down at the coast, is what he says. On Wednesday's Butch and Bob show, I mentioned that I'd heard reports that the former commissioner intended to run for mayor. Wright called 5 minutes after the show to let me know that he has no intention of running for any political office. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final note in the news, Georgia's corrections agencies say a 10% hike that the governor has proposed for guards could go a long way towards cutting down on turnover. Commissioners of the Department of Juvenile Justice and Department of Corrections said they have struggled to retain officers and often cite the low pay as one reason many leave. For example, Department of Justice officials said during fiscal year 2020, 97% of the new correction officers left the agency. Juvenile Justice Commissioner Tyrone Oliver says that by not filling nearly 300 vacant positions, agency is saving about $2.5 million, enough to cover the cost of the raise for about 840 officers without requesting additional money from the state. Department of Corrections officials will also not fill positions to pay for the raise in their agency. Oliver told lawmakers during a budget presentation on Wednesday that he believes that they have good quality applicants and good quality employees, and we pay them enough. Hopefully, we'll be able to retain them. Oliver says during exit interviews, low pay and benefits are always listed as top reasons officers leave the agency. If approved by the General Assembly, the raise would go into effect on April the 1st of this year. An entry-level corrections officer at an adult or juvenile detention center currently makes $27,936 per year. With the increase, officers starting out would make $30,730 a year. Timothy Ward, Corrections Commissioner, says that's going to be a real big shot in the arm for the Georgia Department of Corrections for those well-deserving men and women who have been on the front line during this pandemic, fighting this invisible enemy. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morganson, have a great day.